Survivor is back. 16 new castaways are about to be abandoned in the Okinawa Islands for the next 39 days, where they will be forced to work together while battling the elements and each other. They must learn to adapt or they'll be voted from the tribe. In the end, only one will remain to claim the $1 million prize and the title of sole survivor. 39 days, 16 people, but only one survivor. This is such a surreal moment for me. Survivor is a game that I've watched almost every variant for, and I think I'm kind of made for this game. I've got the brain part of the game locked down. I'm a lawyer, which is awesome. And my tribe, well, they seem pretty cool. I mean, I'm gonna come in, I know I'm probably the most confident player in this game, and that's for good reason, because I truly believe that I have the game to win. And I know I'm going to win, and it's just, you know, how am I going to be able to get that $1 million in 39 days? Because I know I can do it, but it's just the how, that's the big question. I am feeling very excited right now. Survivor is the most unique game in the world because it gives me an opportunity to really prove myself, show that I can survive in the wilderness while also using my brain to fit myself in the game. I'm excited because, you know, this is the greatest journey I will ever go on, so I wonder what's going to happen. It's exciting. Who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully I can get the job done, but most importantly, I'm mainly here for the experience. Welcome to the 8th season of LEGO Survivor. Woo, yeah! Oh, I can't wait, this is going to be so exciting. I love the reactions, and I love the fact that this tribe said this is exciting, because for the fact, this is a fact, it is exciting. This is an opportunity, this is a journey. You guys are in charge of your own story and journey in this game. Enjoy it, because it might only last 3 days. For the winner, it will last 39 days. What will become of this bunch? I'm expecting big things. Alright, here is a map to your tribe. Head on out. Wow, so this is camp. Yeah, should be pretty, well, it's small, but we'll make it ours. So what do we do first? Suppose introductions? Oh no, I hate introductions. Really? No, just kidding. Just kidding. We should do introductions. Can you imagine if I just said that? Be like a Louie from season 2. Yeah, we'd probably vote you off instantly. Yeah, wouldn't be the smartest idea. Coming into this game, there's a misconception that you have to lie, steal, backstab, you know, do all sorts of nasty things in order to win. I'm coming in with the notion that I don't have to do any of those to win. So, well, we'll just see how it goes. I'm primarily socially based, that's my personality. Do I intend to just stick with that? Maybe not, I might make some moves, but I mean, I'll never ditch loyalty or honor. If I make an alliance, I'm with them 100% until I'm possibly I get my hand forced into a situation where I need to jump ship. Alright, I guess I'll start. Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy and I'm a writer. I'm Joe and I'm a builder. You look like Bob the Builder. Yes, I get that a lot. Hey everyone, I'm Jenna, and well, currently don't have a job. So what are you gonna do about that? Well, I'm looking for a job as a marine biologist. Oh damn, that's cool. Well, brain-wise, I've got this game locked down. I do think I'll be a liability challenge-wise, so the pre-merge is going to be a bit difficult for me. So I need to really rely on my alliances to get me through the stage. So the best plan for me is to lay low for the first 6 rounds, which is boring, but I don't want to put myself out there because if we lose a challenge, knowing I could be a challenge liability, that might make people want to vote me out. Hey everyone, I'm Philip, or Phil. I prefer Philip, and I'm in the oil industry. Hey everyone, I'm Brooke, and I'm a rafting instructor. Hey everybody, I'm Selena, and I'm a park ranger. And I'm Matthew, I'm a lawyer. Hey everyone, I'm Tracy, and well, I do expeditions to Antarctica. That's really cool. What's it like there? It's pretty cold. I guess we never knew that. Antarctica's cold, everybody. Anybody know what the next stage is? Well, it's got to be build a shelter, right? Why is everyone looking at me? You know why, Bob. My name's not Bob. Oh, sorry, Joe. Sorry, you just look like Bob the Builder. Oh my god. You want me to help you build the shelter? Well, obviously we need you to help. I can't build a shelter. And what are you actually useful for? Alright, I've got some ideas. Let me show you. My tribe want me to build the shelter, and I think that's a really good opportunity for me. If I can successfully do a good job at leading my tribe and building a shelter, it puts me in a good position for the pre-merge. Will it put a target on my back? I don't necessarily think it will. I mean, people will be like, oh, this guy's big social threat. But I really just help my tribe get going, and that's just a necessity in this game. So hopefully it doesn't put such a big target on my game, but it should put me in some good books. You know, maybe keep me around for a few days, which is what I really need at this point. You know, in the first 3 days, and I'm not going to run around the island 15 times. Like, let's vote out Philip, for example, just cause that's just a really dumb idea. I just need to find my footing in the game, and then we'll go from there. So it's a good opportunity for me to get in the good books with everybody. Alright everybody, what's the strongest shape? Is this 20 questions? No, just answer the question. Triangle? Exactly. So, what would be the best way to go about making the shelter? A big triangle. Not quite. A-frame. Exactly. I reckon an A-frame would be the best way of going about this. There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Hell yeah, man. And you're the oil industry guy, Philip, right? Absolutely. And I bet you don't need any introduction. Joe the Builder. Well, at least you used my name correctly, not like the other guy. Keeps calling me Bob. That's going to probably piss me off in a few days' time. I bet it will. Hey, you're not so bad. And neither are you. You work hard, I respect that. Maybe we should form an alliance. I like the sound of that. Getting a duo early on is a big advantage for you later on. So, I got good in the goods with Joe. I think me and him can form a very strong duo. And duos are powerful in this game. Numbers are powerful, and getting a good duo right off the bat is a really good start to my game. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, absolutely. You think this will do? Yeah, I reckon. Let's take it. Before we begin, what do you think of the tribe? I think we're going very well. I mean, I think everyone gets along. There's not really many troublemakers in our tribe. And, I mean, this shelter's coming together quite well. We're all working on it. There's no slackers. I think this is a really, really good tribe. I think we're in a good position. That's a great start. Yeah, I like the tribe as well. But what do you think? Should me and you maybe form an alliance? I know it's early, but I get good vibes from you. Hey, I see why not. I mean, we're both pretty similar in age. We're similar physique. I think we could build some good chemistry later on in the game. So I'm absolutely fine with this. Finding the number 1 in this game is a very good start. Brooke, is a very strong individual, just like me, and I get good vibes from her, and that's the easiest way to start an alliance. Find someone you get good vibes with and just say, hey, you want to join an alliance? And if you've got good vibes with them, the chances are they've got good vibes with you. I think actually my social game will probably be my worst aspect, to be honest. So to get a good start with the social game under my belt gives me a lot of confidence. I'm not an idiot. I know when to and when to not make moves and big changes, you know, so I feel like I've got that down, and physically I'm not weak. I'm not the strongest, I'm not going to say that, but I definitely feel like I could win a few challenges. At least I'll be safe because I'm definitely not the weakest in the tribe. But yeah, I'm feeling like I'm an all-round good player, but I'm not going to gloat. You know, if I get too confident, I might become like a Dave from season 4 and get voted out early, and I don't want that. Well done everyone, we got it done. Hell yeah, it's looking great. Oh, the shelter's looking fabulous. Hey, thank you, Matthew. Oh my god, that could have fallen on us. What? What the hell? This is stupid, this is absolutely ridiculous. I wonder what his problem is. He's really angry. Survivor, you need to make moves, and to do that you need to keep the target off yourself. I purposely moved the poles of the shelter so it would fall down, and Joe stormed off all angry. All of a sudden the person we hailed as the hero of this tribe and the leader is now public enemy number 1. Should be an easy vote out. Was it heartless? Yes, but it keeps the good thing is it keeps the target off of my back and allows me to take Joe out. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the move I wanted to go for, but it was just an easy thing to do, to put the target on someone else's back to allow me to scheme behind the scenes. He seemed pissed. Yeah, this is the type of stuff that breaks tribe morale. I can't believe this. Why would that happen? Now I'm gonna look like a failure in front of everyone. Look, I'm not gonna hide the fact that I'm pretty annoyed at the moment. I have a tough time controlling my rage, alright? Playing golf well, I'm not good at golf, but playing golf doesn't help with that. But the fact that I had a job to build a shelter for my tribe, to try and get them off to a good start, and I failed in that, really annoys me. And now I'm gonna look like a complete asshole in front of everyone, and I hate that. It makes me annoyed, but I just can't help it. I get angry quite easily, and I was hoping that if I could get a good start, that would calm me down for the rest of the game, but it hasn't worked out. Hey dude. Hey Jeremy. Can I talk to you? So what happened? Well, obviously the shelter fell down. They were all gonna blame me. And I got angry. Yeah, you know, I do, but you need to say it for yourself. Here's the thing, there's no need to get angry. Yes, there is. I screwed up. I know you did, but we nominated you to build that, right? None of us put a hand up for that, so we can't fault you for trying at least. And you are a builder. You've dealt with difficult situations, I bet. Yes, it is true. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna come with me, and we're gonna go and rebuild that shelter. You're gonna calm down, and you're gonna apologize for your outbursts, because at the moment, you're probably rubbing the tribe the wrong way. So, let's go do that. Okay, man. Thank you. No problem. I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, oh, Jeremy just wants votes at the end. Well, that would be nice. It's not really the reason why I'm doing this. This beginning of the game is a team game. The first 6 tribal councils are all team-based, you know? And I want to win the immunity challenges because it helps my team out and it gets me further in the game. So if our tribe's down in morale, we're not going to win immunity challenges. Plus, I feel bad for Bob. He put a lot of effort into this, and it failed. And that's fine. I remember this, and this is important. You know, failure is important. I mean, failure is just a stepping stone to success. If I'm going to win this game, I know I'm going to fail at least once or twice in this game. And I'm going to have to learn from those failures. So I'm just helping a teammate out, helping a potential friend out. It's the decency of a good person to do that. Hey guys. Oh, hey Joe, you're back. Yeah, I'm sorry about what happened before. I was damaging tribe morale, but let's have another go at putting the shelter up. Maybe we could do it a little bit differently, you know? I mean, we're out here, let's have a bit of fun. If it falls over again, it falls over again. Well done, mate. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. So, well, the plan to try and get the tribe to turn on Joe didn't work. But that's okay, because, well, if a plan doesn't succeed, it's always going to be, well, it's not going to succeed. The plan can only succeed or not succeed. This one didn't succeed. It wasn't like a plan that, you know, was important. It was just an opportunity to try and get the tribe to look at voting out somebody else that wasn't me. And so it didn't work, but who cares? There'll be plenty more opportunities to scheme down the line in this game. And today's one didn't work, but who knows what will happen. So what do you two think of the tribe? I like it. I think I was a bit cautious of Joe, but I mean, he seems to lighten up. He knows he probably made a bit of a mistake, but that's cool. Yeah, I think the tribe's been going along quite well. I'm quite confident for the first immunity challenge. Well, I'm just going to say I get the best vibes from you two, and I was like, I'm going to put up back a girls trio. I like the sound of that. I mean, me and Brooke are already kind of working together, so I'm all good with that. The most well-known fact in this game is that you need numbers to win. If I'm going to win this game, I need allies, and I get good vibes from Selena and Brooke, and I think, well, I had to, you know, roll the dice, see if they wanted to work in an alliance, and lucky for me they did. So that's a strong 3 early on in the game, which going down the line could be hugely beneficial. So Jeremy, what do you think of the tribe? Of the game in general? Oh, I'm having a blast. I mean, what, being out here for 8 hours? Well, it's so much fun. I mean, have to put up the shelter twice is double the fun. I mean, I did talk to Joe, and I told him I think he should probably calm down, but like, I didn't do it as in, you should calm down, like, you know, as the way a kind person might. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. Should we, like, work together? I like the sound of that. Is anybody you might not want to work with? Not at the moment. I don't get the best of vibes from Matthew, to be honest, but I mean, I've been willing to be proved wrong. I mean, I don't know the guy at all, so we'll just see what happens, eh? Jeremy's somebody I could easily get along with, but he's also somebody I could be very cautious about. Jeremy's someone who is hard to dislike. He's very likable, he gets along well with almost anybody. I mean, we've only, like he said, we've only been out here for, well, the better half of 8 hours, so, and he's already getting along with the majority of the tribe, not as in like long life friends, but as in like, this is a guy that we need to keep around for a bit. And that's already a pretty good sign for his game, and if he does get to the end, the thing I've got to be cautious about is he potentially wins over a jury. And I know it's early to be thinking about it, but it's going to be in the back of my mind for possibly the next 39 days. So we'll just see what happens. I think I'll work with him for now, but I might have to cut him towards the end. Wow, so this is camp. Hell yeah, people, we made it. Oh, this looks awesome, I can't wait. Coming into camp and seeing the tribe banner really gets the adrenaline pumping, you know. I'm looking forward to this big time, you know. I mean, for me, I want to take it chill maybe for the first few rounds. I think that's a plan that a lot of people have. And just observe, you know, sit back, see who the threats are, but also try and form alliances. These first few days are crucial to setting up your game. You don't want to overdo it. Alright, ladies and gents, what should we do first? I mean, introductions, guys, come on. Yeah, that's just a survival tradition at this point. Alright, I'll start. Hey everyone, I'm Gerald. I work in human resources. Oh no. What? Not know who else worked in human resources? Josh, bro. Oh yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna go and look for the idol. Don't you dare. I won't, I'm not like him, I swear. Hey everyone, I'm Victoria, and I'm a paramedic. Hey everyone, what's up? My name's Bruce, and I'm a professional golfer. Oh really? Like PJ Tour? Not quite, but dream. Well, second dream after being on Survivor. Awesome. Yeah, I'm already off to a bad start. I just tell everyone I'm a professional golfer. Now, none of what I said was a lie. But these people would be like, oh, this guy's a professional golfer. He's probably making enough money already as a professional athlete. They're not wrong, but I just hope they don't think that way. Otherwise, I'm donezo. Hey everyone, I'm Kate and I'm an accountant. Sup? I'm Jordan and I'm an auctioneer. No way. Yeah, you're lying. What do you mean? No auctioneer I've ever met is jacked. Well, I am. Hey everyone, I'm Deborah and guess what? What? I work at NASA. Wait, really? Yeah, astronaut? No, not quite. I'm actually an engineer there. That's impressive. Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm Caleb and I'm a firefighter. Well, that leaves me. I'm Jess and I'm currently unemployed, but looking to get employed into police force. Awesome. Shouzo. Yep. Dude, I'm not falling for it. Not falling for what? You're not an auctioneer. I am, dude. I'm telling the truth. Alright, so do you like speak really fast? That's not actually something auctioneers do, to be honest. Like, not proper auctioneers. Like outside the TV shows and stuff like that. So what do like auctioneers actually do? Alright, well first of all there's different types of auctioneers. I do property auctioneers, so that's like your houses and stuff. Alright, so during an auction I might be like, let's say for example we're at 60,000, right? And instead of like talking like really fast and no one can understand me, what I would say is like, I got 60,000 I have, 10,000 I want, or something like that. And I'd say that a little bit quicker and stuff like that. So it's 60,000 I have, 10,000 I want. Alright. I wouldn't say that all the time, but it's something like that. And, you know, if we're at 600,000, I'll probably just say 600, you know, just to shorten it so people understand. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, as a young child, I did have trouble making friends, but there was something I learned. I learned that if I was just silent, that I just listened to what people had to say, people would, you know, gravitate towards me a bit more. So I talked to Jordan because he's someone similar to my age. I think we're gonna carry this drive in challenges, although not counting out Jess, she seems pretty strong herself. But I just asked them questions and I listened. And I have a feeling when watching him talking, he like kind of grew on me, and I think that's a great way of starting a bond. So what do you want to do? Just like, I'm getting good vibes, you want to like start a duo? Well, you gotta start somewhere, and I don't mind starting an alliance with you, that sounds cool. To be honest, I think I'll struggle in this game. I know that I'm going to be targeted for my vast intellect and my strength. But it's also going to give me a leg up on the competition, because you want to be strong at least so you can win challenges. You want to be smart that you can make moves. However, if people start to see that this guy is a real threat because he's strong and smart, two characteristics that are quite dominant, people would be like, we need to get this guy out of here as soon as possible. And that's going to destroy my game, so I've got to be careful here. Hey, well done everyone. Yeah, good to get this done and dusted with. Getting the shelter done is, well, it's a step in the right direction. During the shelter building stage, you get to, you get to meet the tribe a bit more than just character introductions, and I seem to get along with the best with the girls. All three of them. And it's a pretty good place to start when looking for an alliance. I just want to say I get the best vibes from the three of you. Are you suggesting a girls' alliance? Yeah. Awesome, I'm down. Let's do it. Hell yeah, let's go. We can totally run this game, the four of us. It'd be so cool to finally have a gender all alliance work. Let's not get too confident, of course, but it's good that we're mostly all on the same page. Is this a good idea? Probably not, but at the moment, early on, I think it's a pretty alright decision. First of all, gender alliances are so easy to catch that and notice that it's just dumb to think that it could go long term. I don't think Victoria, she's not dumb. She's a paramedic. They have to think fast on their feet. She wouldn't have said, oh, this is definitely something I want to work with all 39 days. No, she wouldn't do that. At the moment, these alliances, they're almost finite, and I know that. You just like, gotta get a feel for them, see what happens, and I think a girl-person alliance for maybe up to the swap might be a good idea. Gets me there, gets me to the next stage in the game, and I'm all for that. Evening, ladies. Do you mind telling me where the tanning beach is? Oh, hey, Gerald. What do you want? Nothing. I'm just heading off to get a nice old tan. Because we're out on the beach for 39 days, well, if we win. And I want to return to my lovely wife with the greatest tan she's ever seen. You're funny. Anyway, looks like you guys are starting a girls' alliance. But I have a proposition for you. What if it, hear me out, it was a girls' alliance plus Gerald. Oh, you want to join the alliance? Well, you guys do need a 5th member, and I'm fully capable of doing that. I'm not like Josh, I swear. We trust you, man, we trust you. These girls seem like fun. I could see myself working with these 4 girls. Is what I would say if I wasn't a complete idiot. Look, these 4 girls want to make an alliance. I'm fine with that. But I've noticed it, and rather than confront them and say, oh, you can't do that, or avoid it, because it's dangerous, I'm going to utilize what I've seen to my advantage. It's like if you saw someone with the idol, would you confront them or not? You might confront them because then they're maybe a little bit paranoid. You know, you're like, oh, someone knows I have the idol, I've got to share this power with them. So, I weasel my way into a 5th spot in an alliance. It's not going to last very long, for sure, but it gets me further in the game. How do I do that? I have charisma. Something I've learned through human resources. Something that Josh, as a human resource person, surprisingly lacks. And it's going to help me win the game. Man, this alliance is going to kick some ass. Oh yeah. What should we call ourselves? Gerald's Girls? Nah, that's creepy. Yeah, I thought so as well. What can I say? Gerald's clearly a big game player. Gerald quite possibly is going to be a problem. He's got charisma. He gets along well with everyone. He's likable. I don't know how strong he is. That might be the only thing he lacks in. But he's clearly smart. He's everything that's dangerous to my game. You know, I mean, I'm not the most athletic, I'm not the most smartest, I'm not the most likable person in the world, but I show resilience, especially on the golf course when stuff goes wrong. And I know that Gerald's going to be a tough competitor, but what am I meant to do? I don't have an alliance, I have no one but myself. So, if I need to get into a good position and maybe potentially see if I can target Gerald, I mean, I'm in a difficult position because I'm on the outside looking in at the moment. Hey, you two. Oh, hey, Bruce. Hey, no one else is... You ever talk to really anybody else except for the 2 of you? No. Why? Well, that's because there's a girls' alliance and Gerald has weaseled his way into that. So why are you telling us this? Well, I've nothing against the girls, they're just playing the game, but I'm more worried about Gerald. And he is also playing the game, but he has strong charisma. Good for him. Yeah, I mean, it's a positive for him, but it's not beneficial for our games. So you're saying you think he's a threat? I think he's a big threat. I don't know how strong he is individually. He doesn't look like the strongest person in the world, but I think he could be dangerous strategically and socially. So you want to take him out? I think it should be at the back of our minds. And since, like, you two are working together and I've got no one, it kind of makes sense for the 2 of us to work together. I mean, I guess you're right. Cool. I just hope you guys consider it. I really don't know what to make about Bruce. If what he says about the girls is true, then that's something to legitimately be concerned about. However, he himself is almost playing this game like it's a mile a minute. Like he's like, oh, Gerald has so much charisma. Dude, you haven't met Gerald at all. You don't know him very well. He's just going off observation, which means he's a bit unpredictable, which is dangerous himself. If you have an unpredictable player, you have no idea how he or how she will play. I mean, the best example of an unpredictable player is Josh, of all people. So you got to be careful. And I think if Bruce is going to be unpredictable, it makes sense that me and Jordan keep our wits. So what do you think of that? Look, I don't trust him as much as the next guy, but if he wants to be a number, that could be useful for us. I mean, obviously, if there's a 5-person alliance already popping up, we need every chance we can get to swing the votes in our favour. But he's going to be a bit unpredictable. True. I mean, if things go south and that 5-person alliance does pop up, then I suppose we can use him as a shield if things go south, but I think we need to utilise him to see if we can swing the votes. Alright, I guess that works. It's already day 1 and things are escalating quickly, which I don't like. You know, a 5-person alliance, 4 girls and Gerald has popped up, theoretically, and it puts me, Caleb and Bruce into the bottom of the tribe. Now for me and Caleb, we might stick around for a vote, as we are probably the tribe's strongest. So Bruce is probably at the bottom, but that doesn't mean we're going to be like, oh, it's just, you know, Bruce is at the bottom, we're not, it's good for us. It's not, because it only lasts for 1 vote. I think me and Caleb need to really consider Bruce's words and try and see if we can swing the vote. He's a number to us, he's a genuine number. Yes, he's unpredictable, yes, he's dangerous. I agree with that. But for now, me, Caleb and Bruce are at the bottom, and so we need to work together. I wonder if I just have a quick little peek. Oh, I see, you're looking for the idol? Oh, dude, it's wasted time trying to convince me. I saw you do it. Alright, you caught me, but I mean, I was just curious. I mean, it was the first bush. Checked a likely story. Look, I won't tell anybody about this, but I mean, I suggest stop doing that. Yeah, sure. I'm such an idiot. I'm the stupidest person alive. If only my position in the tribe wasn't bad enough already, I'd get caught looking for the idol on day 1. It's his first bush, I swear to God, and she doesn't believe me. I'm in trouble. You guys? Oh, hey, Deborah, what do you want? I just saw Bruce looking for an idol. Really? Already on day 1? Who does he think he is, Josh? Well, I guess so, but I mean, that's crazy, like, unpredictable. He's obviously a loose cannon. Should we cut his ties early? Well, I think if we lose, he has to be the first one to go. Yeah, I'm down for that. It seems like a pretty unified vote. The 5 of us just put our votes on Bruce. To be honest, I think it was the person we were probably going to intend to vote out anyway. I mean, we can't lose Jordan or Caleb early, so that gives us 2 reasons now. He's the weakest on the outs and he's looking for an idol. Alright, I don't want to sound like a villain, but I don't really feel guilty for lying to Bruce. I mean, the way I see it, Bruce dug his own grave by having to look for the idol on day 1 on a position where he isn't in control or anything like that. So that's his fault, not mine. So I take no remorse in telling my alliance that. I mean, we were probably going to target him anyway, so what difference does it make? Come on in, guys. Are you ready to get to your first immunity challenge? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, for today's challenge, 2 members of each tribe will carry a torch through a series of obstacles. They will then pass it on to 3 members of their tribe, which will attempt to move the torch over a balance beam. The last 2 members will push a small staircase towards a podium and try to light their torch on top. First tribe to get their podium lit will win immunity safe from the vote. Losers tribal council, where somebody will be the first person voted out of this game. Alright, I'll give you guys some moment to strategize and we'll get started. Alright, for the Miyako tribe, we have Bruce and Jess on the first stage, Gerald, Kate and Deborah on the second stage, and finishing off we have Jordan, Caleb and Victoria. For Kudaka we have Joe and Jenna on the first stage, Matthew, Jeremy and Tracy on the second stage, Philip, Selena and Brooke on the final stage. Okay, Survivors ready? Go! Both tribes making quick starts out of the gate. Both tribes neck and neck in the early stages. Both tribes passing their torch to the second member of this first stage. Kudaka getting their transition off well. The Miyako tribe struggling just a little bit. Joe and Jenna working very well as a team for Kudaka. Jess and Bruce are struggling still. The Kudaka tribe are working well as a tribe, that's why they're in front. The Miyako tribe is struggling, but they've got their transition over. Kudaka remains in front of Miyako at this current stage. Another smooth transition for Kudaka. Miyako are slowly but surely falling behind in this challenge. Kudaka have passed their torch onto the second stage of this challenge. Bruce and Jess are currently struggling again with the second transition. Jeremy and Tracy are moving along the beam in the second stage for Kudaka. Bruce manages to pass the torch off to Jess. Kudaka are working really well on the beam at this current stage. Matthew is trying to transition over to Tracy, although on the beam it gets a little bit harder. Gerald has the torch for Miyako. They can move on to the second stage. Meanwhile, Matthew and Tracy are still trying to transition. Matthew and Tracy transition successfully. At the moment, Kudaka is way out in front of Miyako at the moment. Tracy is trying to transition over to Jeremy. Gerald is trying to transition over to Deborah. Wow, another smooth transition from Kudaka. They are working really well as a tribe at the moment. Meanwhile, on Miyako, Gerald and Deborah not really working very well. Kudaka are almost done with the second section of this challenge. Meanwhile, Gerald and Deborah are still struggling. Gerald and Deborah finally get their transition successfully for Miyako. Meanwhile, Jeremy is transitioning the torch to Philip. Another smooth transition for Kudaka. Now Deborah and Kate working together. Deborah and Kate slowing the transition again for Miyako. Meanwhile, Kudaka is working very well in this final stage. Well, Miyako really trying to fight their way back into the game. Meanwhile, Kudaka are almost finished pushing the staircase. Kate transitions the torch over to Caleb. Meanwhile, Kudaka are finished with the staircase. At the moment, Miyako is starting to push the staircase. Can they make up for lost time? Brooke is up on the staircase at the moment. Brooke is trying to light the podium. And she does it! Kudaka win immunity and are safe from the vote. Let's go, guys. Well done, well done. Damn it. Wow, congratulations, Kudaka. No one going home from your tribe. You guys can head out and enjoy the night off. Winning immunity is the perfect way to start a season. Getting off to a good start just allows us to, chill a little bit. We don't have to vote anybody out, and the best thing is that you're not going to be the first one to go, because that would be embarrassing. Well, Miyako tribe, I've got nothing else for you but a day with me at Tribal Council where somebody will be the first person voted out of this game. Give you the afternoon off to think about that. Head on out. I don't think overall losing immunity today is such a bad thing. It does mean that we have to go to Tribal Council first, but I'm not worried because it should be Bruce tonight. I mean, he dug his own grave by looking for the idol and getting found doing it by me. So it should be him tonight, and then the next night it should be either Jordan or Caleb, and we'll work it out from there. We've got quite a strong alliance going, and yeah, I'm not very worried tonight. Well, this just sucks. Yeah, but it has to be someone, I guess. It has to be us. Losing has never felt good. I mean, it just sucks. I mean, it just we knew we were going to have to vote somebody out eventually, but it just happened a bit earlier than expected for us. And you get that awful gut feeling that it could be you tonight. But hopefully that's not true. Well, dude, what do we do? Do we work with Bruce? I mean, really, if he, We talked about if there's 4 girls are working together with Gerald, we're on the outs anyway, so we might as well just work with them, even if we don't fully trust them. Yeah, I feel that way. Guys, what's up, Bruce? Speak of the devil, I need to talk to you. I feel like I've tackled the situation wrong. I mean, I just came up to you and I probably seemed a bit aggressive. We're not gonna lie, you definitely were. I do want to work with you guys. I think we could build a strong alliance, but I may have screwed up a bit. What have you done? I was caught looking for the idol. Talk about loose cannon. It's Survivor, I know. People look for the idols, but looking for it on day one and getting caught that's just a bit much. It does make me question whether we should work with him, but I think for me and Jordan, we have no choice because we're on the outs as well. He's obviously going to be dangerous going forward, which means long-term game, I can't work with him, but for this early stages, I really need him as a number. So what's your plan? Well, I'm probably going to be the one being targeted because out of the 3 of us, I'm the weakest and I have probably the biggest target on my back as a loose cannon. It's a reasonable guess. So I have 2 plans. One, we do the obvious and that's try to flip at least one person to draw tie, or to flip 2 people and steal the vote and really put votes on whoever. Doesn't matter, I prefer Gerald personally, but no, I'm up for suggestions. What's your second plan? We look for the idol again. With 3 pairs of eyes, I think we will have a higher chance of finding it. I am fairly desperate at the moment. I'm fairly certain I was one of the people who costed the Art Tribe the challenge today. And I wouldn't be surprised, I definitely wouldn't, I would be surprised if Jordan or Caleb were targeted. I think I'm the one being targeted tonight from that majority alliance. I would prefer to flip 2 people, that'd be great because it gives me numbers, but the idea of looking for the idol was one, if we find it, that's really good, but hopefully down the line, and this is pretty selfish, but I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here, one of them get caught looking for the idol and being physical threats that they are, hopefully we're like, whoa, if these guys are also loose cannons and they're strong, maybe we should vote them out instead. That's selfish, but I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm one guy here and I'd rather Caleb and Jordan go out over me. Nothing. God, these things are elusive. They make it look so much easier on TV. Looking for the idol this early on just feels wrong. It just feels blatantly wrong. But, I mean, Bruce, who I don't fully trust, it could be a number to me. Could be a valuable ally going forward. And so I'd rather him in the game than 4 girls and Gerald. So, what's the plan? Well, obvious choice has to be Bruce. He's probably the weakest person on the outs, and he was caught looking for the idol. Yeah, it has to be Bruce. I mean, yeah, but we can't count out the fact that Bruce isn't an idiot. I mean, I know he was caught looking for the idol, but he's not dumb. So is there a chance that he potentially could swing the votes in his favour or potentially look for an idol? I mean, there is a chance, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, no, I'm already starting to hate this alliance. These guys aren't really utilising their brain very well as a tribe. They're not the smartest bunch. I say that because these guys have no idea that an idol can be played at the first tribal council. I've seen it happen before. And Bruce is no idiot, you know? He'll probably know his name is out there and will probably be looking for the idol. But, surprise, surprise, no one seems to believe me. I mean, they're a cool bunch of players, look, for sure. I like Kate because she's a little bit quiet and she's not over the top. But the rest of them, well, they're just blatantly just not using their brains correctly in this scenario. Several times players have thought that's going to be an easy vote and it never has worked out this way. And I have a feeling that with my alliance thinks it's simple, and I don't think it is going to be very simple. Look, I would like to take out Bruce as well, but I think we need to have some confirmation. We either split the vote, which won't work, or we shift our target to either Caleb or Jordan. But we need those 2. I know we need those 2 for challenge-wise, but we're an alliance here, you know? If the 5 of us want to stick around, if we put our votes on Bruce and he doesn't have an idol, alright, that works, Bruce goes. if we put our votes on Bruce and he does have an idol, then it's one of us who goes out, you know? And I just have a feeling that Caleb and Jordan will be least likely to expect it to happen. Look, I understand it. I just think we should be targeting Bruce. We need Jordan and Caleb. Victoria both makes me happy and scared at the same time. She understands that Survivor's unpredictable, and that voting for Bruce is, well, beneficial. It could be dangerous if he suspects it and plays an idol, if he has one. But it also makes her very dangerous as well. You know, it makes she can read the game very well, and that makes her dangerous going forward. But like, it's a big question, because she's obviously someone I want to work with because she understands the game well, but it also could work badly in my favor because she could always, you know, pull off a big move that sends me out or wins in the end over me. So I've got to be very cautious of her. I'm worried about Victoria. I just don't understand why, like, we come up with this pretty simple plan, why we can't just follow through with a simple vote. I mean, it's obvious that she's trying to think beyond the game. You know, she's trying to think outside the box, which makes her a dangerous player. I mean, I understand her reasoning, I just don't think it's logical, and I don't think it's going to happen. So, what do you think? Well, we have to work with her. If we want Bruce out, we need her to vote with us. Well, I think we just need to tell her that this is what's going to happen. She can look to change it, but she'll be the only one, so it doesn't matter. We just kind of force her hand. This is great. I love this situation at the moment. It actually makes me laugh. My alliance is so idiotic, and it's just so lovely to see. I mean, Victoria's clearly the only one using her brain. She can see that there is a possibility that something big happens. Low possibility, for sure. I think there's more of a chance that if the 5 of us vote Bruce, he does go home. But she is using her brain. She's like, but this could happen. And the but-ifs in Survivor are beyond belief. But it's great to see that my alliance is done, because it means I could almost get them to do anything I wanted to. Oh, Victoria. Oh, hey, you two. What do you guys want? You look bored. We've got tribal in a few minutes. How can you be bored? I'm not bored, I'm just thinking. Ooh, thinking? Yeah, well, interesting. Tell us more. I don't know if I can tell you. Please do. Like, come on, we're on the bot. Who are we going to tell? Bruce? Because they're basically our only alliance member. Alright, well, since you guys told me that Bruce is your only alliance member, I suppose... Do you guys know about a girl's alliance with Gerald? Yes, we've heard of it. Alright. I suppose it wasn't as much of a secret as they thought. Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Anyway. They're not the smartest bunch. Right. They want to put the votes on Bruce, and I'm just thinking, what's the chances of Bruce having an idol? You know, what should we do? Should we change the vote or something like that? Should we change the vote into one of us? Your guys' names did come up by me, I will admit that. Or at least you're being honest, I respect that. Thank you. Anyway, they never saw it. Maybe Kate did, I'm not sure. But they never saw the fact that that could happen. And I'm just like, I'm working with a bunch of idiots here. What am I meant to do? Well, lucky for you, we're not idiots. What, are you saying I should jump ship? That's an option, but I think you should vote for Bruce. I've got a good idea. The 3 of us look for an idol. If we find it, we play it on Bruce. If we don't, Bruce goes out. Simple as that. Then, in the next round, you, me, Jordan, thank you for including me, alright, and maybe Kate, get together, and then we form a 4-person alliance and run the game from there. I like that. Yeah, me too. We should do that. Don't you? I think that could be really cool. Oh boy, things are getting interesting. If me, Jordan, and Victoria find an idol and are able to save Bruce, then we bring Bruce and Kate into our alliance. We have a 5-person alliance. If Bruce goes on, we only have the 4-person alliance for the next time. This could be great. Honestly, this could just be terrific. I love the idea of being able to control the game with people who understand and are willing to play the game. I love this. This could be things are getting interesting. I'm actually physically excited at the moment. And to think that I can try and make this move without any target on my back, it's just great. So I'm not worried at all at the moment. Dude, slow down. Can't slow down. But who are we going to vote for if we do find the idol? Well, really, any of them. I mean, Gerald and Deborah, they're not the smartest, but I find it weird that you think they're idiots. I mean, look, they're obviously not idiots. They're obviously extremely smart. I mean, Gerald's HR manager, so when you think about that, he's obviously extremely clever. He can get people to do stuff. He's got awesome charisma, but survivor mind, I don't think he has it. It only takes like a few rounds before that survivor mind really starts kicking in. I reckon he could be dangerous. What about Jess? Strong, really strong player. I mean, if she gets a good survivor mind later on, she could be dangerous as well. I'm not sure about Deborah. Yeah, I don't really want to take out Deborah. I think that'd be a waste of time. Should we go in between Jess and Gerald? I suppose so. Well, my game just went from boring to in a very alright position, but with a bunch of idiots, to really interesting quite quickly. I went from a 5-person alliance to working with 2 boys which I threw names out for, and they're willing to trust me, which is cool. And now I'm looking for an idol with them. Survivor is really a strange game. No, nothing. Damn, no luck. Nothing. Hold on a minute. Guys, come here real quick. Could you guys just lift me up? Sure. Cool, thanks. I think I see something. Is that? No way. It says, congratulations, you found the hidden immunity idol. I can't believe I found an idol for my newly formed alliance. Normally I wouldn't have thought about looking for this until later on in the game, but I found it on day 3 before a tribal council, and now me, Victoria, and Caleb now have a big decision to make. Well, we've got it. Do we play it for Bruce? I mean, look, okay, guys. I know you want to have Bruce, but do we really need him? Because we could get rid of Bruce now, because you guys think he's a loose cannon. Yes, we do. And then me, the 3 of us, and Kate didn't have an idol for the next round. Here's another question. I like this idea, Victoria, but here's another question. Would we prefer an idol later on in the game or an extra number later on in the game? Well, an idol is power, but you still need to be able to play it correctly. I think Bruce is desperate at the moment. He's on the bottom, and I think he'll do whatever we want. I mean, last ditch effort, we could try and swing the votes again, but at the moment, as a loose cannon, I think I would prefer to play it for Bruce so we can have an extra number. I mean, this goes back into the game anyway. Numbers equal power in this game, and if you don't understand that, then you're seriously lost. Look, having an idol is awesome, and being able to utilize it and keep it with you is a really good thing, but honestly, you still need to be able to utilize it correctly. We know for this vote where the votes are most likely going, and playing it for Bruce would be beneficial for our game because it gives us, he stays here and it gives us a 5 instead of a 4 if Kate is to join our alliance. However, Victoria does bring up a good point. Do we rather have 5 people, or do we rather have a 4-person alliance but we use the idol as a 5th person? It's a genuine, very good question, because we're going to have a majority either way. It's just longevity in the game, idol or a 5th person. Pick your medicine. So what are you thinking? I think it's reasons to do both, to be honest. Like, I like the idea of having numbers equal power in this game, but having an idol going the longest the game could be very beneficial for us. Yeah, I feel that. Either way, we kind of control the vote. Either Bruce goes home tonight, or either Gerald or Jess. So, yeah. So we good with Bruce? Should be the obvious choice. He's a loose cannon. He's the weakest on the outs. I think it's a good idea. Bruce it is. Are we all good with that, Victoria? Yeah, I mean, I think I'd still prefer to go with someone like Jordan or Caleb, but I guess Bruce it is. Bruce almost has to go home tonight. He's too dangerous to keep in this game long term, and people need to understand that. And hopefully my alliance tonight can pull through and we can make this move happen. Hey, Ito, it's time. We're going to tribal now. Oh god. I am basically just devastated at the moment. I'm going into tribal pretty much 100% sure I'm going home tonight unless some miracle happens, like lightning strikes somebody and
they die and they have to get medically evacuated. Okay, maybe not die, that's extreme, but you understand. Otherwise, I'm done. Yeah. I'm extremely nervous.
Behind each of you is a torch. Dip it in the flames and get fire. This is part of the ritual here at Tribal Council. When your fire's out, so are you. Welcome, Miuka Tribe, to your first Tribal Council. So, Caleb, run me through the feelings that you got walking over the bridge and lighting your torch. It's surreal. This is Tribal Council. This is really where the game, like all the gameplay that's done at camp, at the challenges, this is where it all comes out. And it just feels surreal, you know, like this is the scariest and most exhilarating place and most exciting place in this game. Interesting. Jess, tell me, how does it feel losing the first immunity challenge? I'd be lying if I didn't say I felt annoyed. It just hurts because you don't want to lose the first challenge, but you know you're going to have to come here eventually, and winning the first challenge would have given us like the realization that, hey guys, we're not going to become the first person voted out of this game. That would have been a good feeling, but tonight you have that gut feeling that it could be you. Interesting. Bruce, do you think the tribe just didn't work very well, or is there a problem with weaknesses in this tribe? In terms of strength, this tribe is really good, Jeff. It is. But we just didn't work as a tribe. I mean, I'm not going to say I worked very well as an individual. I'm not the strongest here. I don't think that should get me voted out, but I mean, overall, I just think we didn't work very well as a tribe. And look, I play golf, right? I know it's an individual sport, but I know how to make people around me feel good, and that makes them enjoy the game better. So I just think we just need to keep around the people that is going to be helpful going forward, and we're going to help the team work better as a team. Gerald, do you agree with Bruce here? Do you think that you should, instead of voting out someone who might be physically weak, to vote out someone who probably doesn't work very well with the tribe? Of course I do, Jeff. And the only thing I disagree with is that Bruce did say that he was a rather good member of the tribe to keep around for that reason. I don't think he is. Dude, I really don't know what's showing there to make me feel that way. Like, to make anyone feel that way. I am not, okay, like I said, I play golf, it's an individual sport, but that doesn't mean I can't perform very well to make this team work very well. Like, I know I didn't show it today, but I can lift morale. Morale wasn't what I was talking about, dude. I was talking about you just not a trustworthy player. I mean, you were caught looking for the idol. Alright, well, so we're getting some chat here. We've got an idol chat at the moment. Bruce, were you really looking for the idol? Yes. So, Kate, Bruce says he's looking for the idol. Does that throw you for a loop? Does that say this guy isn't to be trusted? I mean, yes, Jeff, I think it does mean that he's a dangerous player. However, entering this game, all of us here, in the back of the mind, it will be the realization that the idol is out there. Do we look for it at the beginning? That's a risk, and Bruce took that risk and it didn't work out. So I think that makes him dangerous, but I mean, later on, I guarantee you at least all of us at one point would have looked for the idol at least once or twice in the game. So I think it does make Bruce dangerous, but I'm not gonna be hypocritical. Of course, we were thinking about it as well. Victoria, does the idea of the idol contemplate this vote tonight? Not really, Jeff. I actually think it's more of what Bruce and Gerald have been talking about. I think it's more for tribe morale. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only the first vote, and we want to win challenges. Alright, interesting. Well, it is time to vote. Deborah, you'll start us off. How the hell do you even use this pen? Oh, I see. Mate, you got caught looking for the idol. You only have yourself to blame. Unfortunately, the miracle of you being eaten by a shark on the way here didn't quite happen, so I'm screwed. I'll go tally the votes.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. Yeah, Jeff, actually I do.
I'll be playing this for Bruce tonight. Oh, thank God. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Bruce will not count. Dude, I could kiss you right now. Let's try and avoid that. I will now read the votes. The person with the next number, highest number of votes, will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote.
Bruce.
Does not count. Second vote. Bruce. Does not count. That's 2 votes Bruce, none of them count. Third vote. Bruce. Does not count. That's 3 votes Bruce, none of them count. 5 votes left. Fourth vote. Bruce. Does not count. Fifth vote. Bruce. Does not count. That's 5 votes for Bruce, none of them count. 3 votes left. Sixth vote. Gerald. Damn it. That's 5 votes Bruce, none of them count. 1 vote Gerald. 2 votes left. The 7th vote. And the first person voted out of Survivor Okinawa Islands. Gerald. Gerald, that's 2, that's enough for tonight. There's no need to read the last vote. Come bring me your torch. Gerald, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, this is certainly one of the more fascinating first tribal councils I've been to. What is to come? I can say quite a bit. Grab your torches about to cap. Good night. Look, no one comes into this game expecting they're going to be the first person voted out, especially in that manner. I'm beyond annoyed. I will say just props to Jordan, Bruce, and I know probably Caleb. I mean, that was a hell of a move that no one saw coming, except for Victoria. I have to cut it to her. She definitely was smarter than I thought. Although the chance of it happening was there, I didn't think it was very logical at the time.